When Hope House opened its doors in Albany in 1967, the volunteers, led by then Father Howard Hubbard, could never have foreseen the challenges they would face to meet the demands of the opioid crisis 50 years later.
So there's a lot of desperation out there.
Kevin Connolly is executive director of Hope House. He laments that treatment funding has been cut as demand soars, as the scope of treatment needs to be broad to save lives.
A lot of them have mental health issues. A lot of them have physical health issues. And we're limited. I need to be able to increase our workforce and be able to provide all those services to the patient.
But without adequate funding and an ever-increasing patient load, staff burnout further burdens an already stretched system. Additionally, the face of addiction, as diverse as your neighborhood, workplace, family, necessitates a more holistic approach to treatment. There is no one-size-fits-all.
From the 600 plus that we are servicing, 70% are white, middle class, 18% are Black African American, and 12% Hispanic.
Mickey Jimenez is the regional director of the Capital District Camino Nuevo Outpatient and Outpatient Methadone Program in Albany. Along with methadone, there are medical and counseling services provided. She's clear. Methadone or Suboxone treatment is not swapping one addiction for another. It's about treating a chronic condition and helping addicts regain their lives. And when you get rid of just the stigma, people will be more likely to come in for treatment?
Absolutely.
Stigma is a huge barrier to treatment, and since drug addicts are at high risk to relapse, stigma may keep them away repeatedly. So keeping that door to treatment open and unimpeded is critical. It also means providing ongoing support services.
It's not just the methadone that got me to become clean. It's my counselor. It's the support I got along the way.
Jane and Dan, aliases for this suburban couple, a veteran and a college grad, parents of two, who became addicted to medically prescribed opioids. Despite wanting and needing help, the social barriers were daunting.
You need daycare. You need to tell your employer that day, too, mind you, because you're losing your medication that day. So you need to be ready to tell your employer, I might be gone for a few weeks. And by the way, it's not over then. Then I'm going to need to be going to groups a few times a week. I'm going to need, I'm going to be missing all kinds of work.
Losing their children finally propelled them into treatment, and they've been a year in recovery. Fortunately, they never had a run-in with the law. That might have dashed their chances to regain their pre-addiction life.
So people end up going to jail. They end up with less opportunities after they come out of jail. So they can't get employment. They can't get an education. People don't have quality health care. So it's all of the things that we know keeps the public safe and keeps people healthy that we're not investing in. And so that's what makes it a public health issue.
Not a criminal issue. And until we change our perspective, we'll never get ahead of this problem, says Keith Brown with the Cattell Center for Health, Equity, and Justice.
He and Connolly from Hope House point to years of the feds cutting money for social safety net programs for mental health, homelessness, poverty, and now addiction. Expecting law enforcement to solve all this isn't working. He says it's time to rethink the approach.
My world looks like an increased focus on the public health aspects of drug use. So it looks like investing in the immediate health and safety of people who use drugs in a way that will keep them alive and safe so that they can recover.